So you want to become a painter. Preston McCall here again. Let's talk about this. You like to draw and are intrigued with color. You excelled in art classes in your youth, and it attracted attention to that mysterious skill you seem to possess. Some people say you have talent, but you know in your heart that to become successful, you got to work really hard and develop your special efforts. I've only known a few people in my 71 years who at a young age had any real talent. It shows up, I found, in their ability to easily draw the figure, the hardest thing to master. I asked one such character I met at a figure drawing class years ago, who was still in his late teens, how he mastered drawing so well. He told me he had copied a lot of comic books when he was a kid. Wow, his drawings are very good. It took me 4 years of art school to see the first decent figure drawings. But I persisted. It does get easier. The lifestyle of being an artist sounds kind of exotic and somewhat carefree, doesn't it? In many ways, it does liberate oneself to follow a dream of wanting to do something creative and to be able to do it well. It sounds like a very hedonistic and pleasurable lifestyle. However, the reality is that you still have to make a living and try to fit into society as a normal, regular person with polite decorum to others and rules of civility. You have to buy art supplies and materials. You have to force yourself into being alone with your painting and shutting out the exterior world. It can be rather lonely at times. Whether you went to art school or that you discovered a love of painting in your late senior years with no special training, it's still acceptable to do that. There is no special license you have to have in order to call yourself a painter. You just have to do it, and not just some half-hearted every once in a while effort. You have to work and think about it all the time. You even have to dream about what special prizes you'll gain from this magical pursuit, when really you know it's like pushing the boulder up the mountain, only to see it roll down the other side once the summit is topped. During my first years in art school, I fantasized that if I became a famous artist, I would have all of the accoutrements and the privileges afforded thereto. A fancy villa, beautiful women, luxuries beyond my imagination. Little did I know that if I really followed my own dream, it would be terribly difficult to obtain just a sliver of recognition and success. So I restored fire trucks, owned a sign company, ran a Chevy store, owned a wholesale car auction, painted showroom windows and windshields. I had to do something profitably to pay for my secret obsession of wanting to be an artist. Somehow, in 71 years, I've painted some 1,300 plus paintings. I even sold about half of them, and of course, owning galleries helped. Still, success is elusive. No royalties or accolades for just spending all this time pursuing my own private obsession. Recording musicians, writers, and actors get royalties. Why not artists? If every time somebody looked at your picture they had to insert a quarter in the slot, just think about how being a painter would really work. Okay, get the MFA, graduate school, and go teach college classes in painting. At least they send you a paycheck every month. Not to denigrate or dish academics in any single way. I really have seen just a few of them ever make much headway in their art career, and they focus more on teaching than they did on producing art. Of course, there are some big benefits with academia, and certainly the academic environment is more inspiring than hanging out at a car auction or in a shop restoring antique fire apparatus. I respect academics very much. They really understand the philosophy of art, and that is the most important thing. I tried many things. Finally, in the late 80s, I discovered showroom window painting with fluorescent enamels. Wow! Color, drawing, bold expression, cash. I fell hard for this pursuit, and I love it still today. Over 4,000 sets of showroom windows have certainly helped me pay for my galleries, my art supplies, and the accoutrements of a comfy life. I went to LA in the late 80s and saw some of the best window painting on car dealerships and fast food restaurants I've ever seen. I came back to Kansas City and worked hard developing these skills. Everything I'd learned in art school was applied, drawing and color, but most importantly, electric fluorescent color. The best part was these masterpieces were totally temporary. They scraped them off after 3 months and gone forever. I enjoyed the transitory nature of the effort. Even the great ones that I really excelled at vanished. It is an interesting idea with its temporality, as we learned so much in art school about making art archival to last centuries. I still love to paint in the studio. I try to do it every day. The figure and landscape seem to call me the most. Today, with the computer, so many of the design and composition decisions can be made before attacking the panel or canvas. I've painted many landscapes, mostly of the Southwest, and have even enjoyed painting realistic portraits of my favorite automobiles. Today I'm much more focused on my narrative paintings, which tell some surreal story about a figure in some intriguing landscape. The narratives are what I enjoy the most. However, they are the most difficult to sell. Oh well, maybe some 500 years from now, somebody will appreciate it. So you want to be a painter. I look back on my journey and would not trade it for anything. It has caused me to really see some very interesting visual things. It has introduced me to some very fascinating individuals. I have been allowed into some intriguing social circles and met some terribly beautiful women with great intelligence. It has not made me a rich man. However, with 300 paintings framed and ready to sell, at least I have a nice balance sheet of assets. That is, if you can include art as a true asset. I would not trade my journey with many others. The being a painter really has given me a feeling of fulfillment and accomplishment, and to think 500 years from now, someone might actually dig one of my paintings out and ask, who was this guy? We appreciate your comments and hope you hit the like and subscribe buttons. It makes these worth the effort. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions, and I thank you for watching, and please keep painting.